Hello, beautiful being. Welcome to In Her Dreams and welcome to your reading. I'm so grateful that you're taking time to tune in to see what messages are flowing in from Spirit for you. Alright, we're going to get going with a rune first. So let's see what rune is coming through for you, beautiful beings. See the energy of this reading. Thank you, Spirit. You got 3. Spirit has a lot to say. All right, you've got Ingus, Rune 22 for fertility and potency. You are growing. And there's something that you've been investing in that's growing. All right, you can take a screenshot of that if you'd like. This is about life that's bursting forth. It's like I see that you have been putting time, energy, and effort into something, and maybe you have questioned whether or not it was worth it to continue. Divine says, don't stop. Don't stop. Now is not the time to stop, because you've got something really beautiful that a seed that you planted is giving life to. Okay? You've also got Jera. This is a yearly cycle. This is a wheel of the year, the seasons. Yeah, I see you investing in something over a long period of time, and so now you have the fertility that yields abundance. You've always been fertile. You've always been growing, but it hasn't necessarily been growth that was visible to the human eye. Now you're getting that Pentacles energy where you are producing something that you can see, you can touch. This is actual money. Okay, this is actual abundance. This is actual change. All right, so that is Jera. All right, and you can see the meaning of that if you like. All right, and you've also got Fehu. I love Fehu. This is property. This is fertility, prosperity, and abundance. This is about drawing money and gaining financial insight. So there may be some research that you've done regarding your finances or regarding a venture that you've been investing in, growing, expanding. And now is the time. I just gazed at the sun card that's up on the wall. This is about your sun energy, beautiful being. Okay? Yes, this is material wealth. So these are 3 cards that Spirit is using to let you know that now is your time for abundance. Something is really popping off here. But it's well deserved, because even though it may not have been so visible, the growth, what has been sure and what has been constant is your discipline and your effort that you've given to this venture, this intention that you've been nurturing. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, let's get some archetype cards. Okay, that's a lot, Divine. That's a whole lot. But let's see what's going on here. You know what I'm seeing here with these 3? There is... So this card here reminds me of purgatory. It's like waiting. It's like where you have to... It's the in-between. It's not quite one realm or the other. It's that in-between where you feel like you're waiting. All right, and this is Anima Mundi, where it's like actual physical abundance. There's something that's been hidden. There's something that has been masked regarding your wealth. I feel like there's someone who was trying to throw shade on your efforts. There's someone who was trying to mask, conceal, hide your potential from you. There's someone who did not want you to see, realize, envision your true worth and the potential that something has that you are giving time and energy to. Okay? That's why these rune cards are coming out here letting you know you are a gem, and what you're working on is a gem. I'm going to pull some cards to get some clarity as to what this could be. It will be different for all of you, okay? But it's something that you're investing in spiritually. It's something that you're investing in because it's truly for you. It's truly meant for you. It's your true purpose, okay? You've got the healer here. So you are a healer. You have healing energy. And you have the potential. You have a natural ability to radiate healing energy to people around you. So this could be an effort that you're giving regarding your creative gifts and abilities. Yeah, you're growing, you're expanding. You've got the crone here, so Divine is letting you know that you are in a state of maturity, wisdom. You're not new to this. Your healing abilities go back lifetimes, okay? You have been a healer in past lifetimes. So in this lifetime, the goal for you was to wake up to your abilities that you have always carried inside you in your soul. You came into this world with something very, very special. And it could be this mask, it could be something that one person or many people, usually with a healer, it's many people that try to sidetrack you from your true gifts and your true abilities. But they didn't want you to see who you are. They didn't want you to see your potential. Divine says that you have been on a journey where now you truly know who you are. You've put in the work. You've put in the effort to know yourself. And that's what truly shows at this point in time. You are not new to this. I keep hearing that. You're not new to this. All right. All right. The heart, the judge, gnosis. Divine says that there's something about yourself that you had to know by going within. Other people have tried to judge you. All right. And that's a part of this mask where people were judging you, criticizing you, trying to get you to think one way about yourself in a very negative way. But Divine says that you know your heart. You know your heart. And the reason why you know yourself, you know your true intentions, you know now you are learning and realizing your true gifts and abilities, and you're able to use them in a really beautiful way because you are wise. But the way that you've gotten to know yourself is by going within through gnosis. You may communicate with spirits, your clairs, your clairsentience, your claircognizance, your awareness of the spirit realm is very, very strong. That may be something that stems back to your childhood. You have memories of having unusual encounters with other beings from other realms. You may have unusual experiences here in the 3D with colors and with animals and with smells. Your senses are very alive, Divine says. And so this is something that you have come to understand how to use your gifts and what they are and how to use them, because you've opened up to that energy within your heart. You've opened up to who you truly are and to your true gifts. We've got the empty room, the offering, Alethea, and the tear. There's a lot of pain that you have gone through, but it has led to your truth. Okay, with the tear there, you have experienced a lot of criticism from other people. You've experienced a lot of harsh words, rude looks, okay? Just that vibe that is like, who are you? People may have looked at you strange because you are otherworldly, but in a very beautiful way. It's like you're an earth angel, But to be an angel, you can't be from earth. You know what I mean? So you are here to do beautiful work here on earth, but you're not from here. You know what I'm saying? And so you are a part of this collective that is truly divine, that is truly from a different place. And for that reason, sometimes people alienate you, you know? But divine says that you don't want to be a part of those groups, those cliques anyway, because if you fit in, you wouldn't be able to do the work that you do, the divine work that you do. If you fit in with the social circles, the social groups that other people try so hard to fit into, you would not be in alignment with your truth. Okay, Aletheia is about truth, and that's what you bring. That's what you are. You are the truth. Okay, and some people can't handle that. That's why you've got the empty room here. It's like, I see you walking into a room and it's like you clear it. You clear it because some people are afraid of your powers. Some people don't know what to do with the divine energy that you bring. 1111. And you know what? That's a beautiful sign. Because divine keeps bringing through that if you fit in with these cliques, it would mean that you were not truly divine. That's why you have, in some situations, felt like you did not fit in. You weren't supposed to fit in. All right, so there's that empty room. However, with the offering, the offering is this gift. This is an offering to you from the divine. It is this abundance with Fehu. It is this wealth. This is not only physical wealth where you are manifesting true abundance with your spiritual gifts, but it's also an abundance within your heart, because you have sometimes been in that empty room where it's like people didn't know how to handle you. People didn't know what to think of you. Divine says that they weren't supposed to know, because they were not an energetic match for you anyway. And so some of those times where you felt like you were in an empty room, that was the gift. Because if those people had been able to stay in your energy, you would have lost vital force within you. They would have siphoned your energy to a point where you would have been detached from your true self. Okay, divine, I'm grateful that I didn't put those back because they were meant for you. All right, yeah, you are truly gifted. And it's beautiful because I feel like you have sacrificed so much. You have gone without so many times, without the crowd around you, without the, like, you have sometimes had to distance yourself from people just in order to maintain your integrity and to protect your heart space. But divine is offering you something so beautiful, which is a result of the sacrifices you have made. 1333. This is about an ending of a time where you had to go without. This is a time of abundance that you are coming into. And it's really a beautiful era of your life that you're entering, beautiful being. It's so beautiful. Thank you, divine. What message do you have for this beautiful being? Okay, Spirit, I see why you took a minute. You had to just reinforce, you're a healer. You're a healer. And see, it took a minute for that card to come out. Divine is saying that your journey has not been one that was quick. It wasn't like, you know how some people, it seems like things just pop off so quickly for them? That hasn't been your way. That hasn't been your path. But it's for a reason. It's like, you know, I love cooking with a slow cooker. I love it because it's like, when it cooks slowly, it has time to, like, all the juices and the seasoning, it gets tender, and it's just like, it's so beautiful. But you have been simmering. Your gifts have been simmering. And it's been a slow process that has allowed you to truly have time to take in all the goodness that the universe has for you. And because you've been patient with your process, what's coming to you now is so perfect for you. It is so aligned with you, with your true self. And, yeah, Divine is saying we had to take a while in order to bring you what is truly right for you. Okay, there's a reason why your path has not been quick. The number is 32. 3 and 2, that's 5. So there has been conflict. Also, with that mass card that came out with the archetype cards, that's conflict. There has been conflict that you've experienced. But Divine is saying that that conflict that you've experienced has brought balance to your world. It's brought lessons that you never would have learned if you hadn't been through those experiences. Okay? All right. Yeah, I want to pull some tarot. Let's see what we got going on here. I want to know about the conflict that you're experiencing right now, Divine. What conflict has been holding this beautiful being back? The wheel. You may have felt stuck, but Divine says that's over. Whatever has been keeping you stuck, whether it's been a thought process or conflict with other people, spiritual warfare that you've had to go through, the wheel is turning now. Yeah, look, the Hanged Man. Because first and foremost, this change has happened within you. This is about a change within you. You're seeing things from a different perspective, beautiful being. You're able to share. There's reciprocity that you are experiencing in your world now, and this has to do with financial wealth. This is pentacles. This is wealth that you can feel. It's in your bank account. Okay? I'm seeing money, honey. And it's because this is the universe's way of looking out for you. You know, some people, they speak about spirituality where it's like you're not supposed to think about money, or I mean, that's why it's in tarot. We have pentacles because that's the root chakra. If you don't know where your next meal is coming from, or if you don't have a comfortable home to stay in with hot running water, and you can't wash your clothes, and you can't get to where you need to go with reliable transportation, what work can you really do for anyone? How can you really be of service to anyone when there's so much worry and so much concern about your physical existence and how to just simply support yourself? So that's why universe is providing you with this offering of financial prosperity, of true abundance. You're sharing with people. You're giving to people and they are giving back. There could have been a time where you felt like you were giving but you weren't getting anything back. But see, there was a change with this Hanged Man. I feel like a part of that change involves you deciding whom you were going to give your energy to. I feel like this Hanged Man is bringing through that you have shifted something about your giving process. You're more selective about who you're giving your energy to. There's temperance and balance here, okay? Temperance. There's harmony. Also, the word on this card that stands out is moderation. There's more self-care that you are incorporating now in your giving process. Like, you're giving of your gifts, your talents as a healer, but you are also protecting your self-care. You're nurturing yourself. And you may be putting yourself higher on the list, on the priority list of priorities than you did before. And because of that, you are more stable. You have planted a seed and it has grown. It is continuing to grow. And that seed is your self-care. That seed is your self-love. Deciding where you channel your energy to. Whom you channel your energy to. That's important. Come on, give me some more on this. Abundance. Page of Wands. Your creative energy is so lit. It is so ready to go out into the world. And you're doing this consistently. But what I see here with the page is that even though you've been giving these efforts creatively for a while, it's like you're still, because you came through as the crone. Okay? You came through as the crone. So you're not new at this. These healing gifts that you're sharing, you've been doing this for a while. But Divine says that just because you're wise and you are experienced, it doesn't mean that you're stale. You're not stale. You are refreshed and rejuvenated. It's like this youthful energy that you share with. And that's why people are drawn to you. Because you're still so relatable. Even though you are wise, you have the wisdom of someone much older than your actual physical age, okay? But you still have this relatability where people can understand you. They feel like, I don't mean this in a bad way, but it's like they feel like you're in their head. In other words, they feel like you know them because you are so relatable. You have not lost your sense of grounding. You're very grounded. And this is very evident in your communication. That's why it's coming through as a page as well. Okay? You're very inspired. And your inspiration is contagious because when you share something, it gives other people ideas. Other people get downloads. 2222, so balanced. So balanced, okay? That's the key right now, is balance. Your world is balanced. Your energy is balanced. And this comes after a lot of turbulence that you've experienced. That empty room is not empty anymore. People are drawn to your messages. Yeah, you have limitless potential. And when you share information with people, it triggers downloads for them. So a person will hear something that you share, something that you say, and they're not copying you. I mean, you might have some copycats. Look, everybody who shares a message and has positive energy and radiates abundance has some copycats. So don't let that disturb you. Don't let that distract you, okay? If anything, it's flattering, even though it's annoying. I know, but but it's not in this case that someone's copying you. It's that you trigger something wonderful within them when you share your knowledge, and you trigger downloads that they receive based on the information that you share, the wisdom and the healing knowledge that you share. Yes. Okay, so, ooh, I love how this is right here. Okay, this could be that conflict and that person who, I feel like this represents many people that you've encountered in your life. Somebody who was very curious about you, but may have kept a close eye on you, but didn't really interact with you. Okay, so what's coming through here is that if you share information with people, however you share your gifts, however you share your healing energy, there may have been people who followed you but didn't support you. So this could be, I feel like this goes back to that empty room. Also, this could have caused tears for you. I have a fan that's blowing on me, but it's like a little tear. I'm not sad, but I feel like that spirit talking to me. It's like you have gone through something that really did cause, at one time, a lot of agony and suffering. And that's why this transformation is so beautiful. because you've gained strength from the very things and the very people who tried to attack you or who didn't want to support you. Okay, so you felt that there was an empty room. You felt like there wasn't support around you. Why? I feel like one reason for that is that there were people perhaps from before in your life that you knew. This could be family members, this could be former co-workers, this could be friends, or like, you know, friends, people who perhaps tuned in to whatever it is that you share, whether you create art or you have a podcast, you have a YouTube channel, maybe you're a writer, okay? But there's something beautiful that you created, and you had a whole lot of these following you, right? People who were just being nosy. They just wanted to figure out what you were doing, and then they wanted to go and gossip about it. So this could be people who followed you, but they didn't like your stuff. They didn't share it. They didn't tune in and then say, oh, I really love this that you created, or, you know, that was great, or hey, can I get a copy of your book? You know, like, hopefully they paid you. You may have gone through that too, where people wanted a whole bunch of freebies, right? Like, there's that too, where they want free services, free, just, you know, they want to hook up. But you had a lot of people who were following you, but they weren't genuine supporters. All right, so there was this Page of Swords energy that was surrounding you. But yeah, and I see that here with this Three of Cups as well. But there's a shift. There's a shift that's happening, because with this Two of Wands, you didn't let that take you away from your focus. You remained focused on your true goals. You didn't let the type of people around you, the nosiness, the, oh, let's just see what they're doing, but not really showing any genuine support or genuine interest in what you were doing. It was just about gossip and like entertainment, but in a way that was not supportive. That's what people wanted. But you didn't let that take you away from your true goals and your true purpose. And so now there's a different type of Three of Cups around you, where the type of people who are interested in whatever content it is that you create, they are showing up because they want to hear what you have to say. They take interest in what it is that you create. They want to hear your music. They want to see your art. They want to have your work, whatever it is that you create, hanging up on their wall, or they want to listen to it in order to inspire them for their goals and their dreams. So that's a part of this wheel that's turning. True abundance with your creative efforts. That's what you're experiencing. I love it. I love it so much. Okay, I want to pull from this archetype deck. I want to see, like, either the roles that you have moved away from, or that you're moving into, like whatever Divine wants to bring through regarding the role that you have been fulfilling within your creative path. Warrior. You're a warrior, beautiful being. Oh, and okay, student. Oh, okay. So Divine is showing you here, this goes back to that Three of Cups. Divine is showing you here as a warrior. You have stayed the course. I feel like that's also why Divine brought you through here as the Page of Wands, because you're a fighter. You have fire energy. You have, this is creation, but it's also the ability to fight when you need to. You know what I'm saying? There's a message that's continuously coming to me. It's rest in your creative energy. That's something that you're able to do now, is rest. But there was a time where you had to fight. And this could have been a time where you had spiritual warfare. You were experiencing it constantly. where just to maintain your motivation, you had to block out that negative energy. You had to block out those nosy people. You had to block out those people who were following you but not supporting you, gossiping about you but not wanting to relay to you the beauty of what you've created. There are people around you who were following you and knew that you were a warrior. They saw this energy within you, but they didn't let you know that. They didn't tell you that. They didn't compliment you on anything. And this is because the people that were surrounding you were students in the reverse. So they had arrogance in the pursuit of destructive knowledge. And what's coming through with that destructive knowledge is that as they gained knowledge of what you were doing, of your creative efforts, they wanted to bring destruction. And they did that through gossip. You know, when people gossip about you, it's a spell. Malicious gossip is spell work. And so Divine is bringing through here that that's a part of that wheel. Every single evil word that someone spoke about you, it's returning to them. It's returning to them. And now they are eating their words because they assumed certain things about you. This came through a bit in the last reading. Okay? But I love how Spirit is bringing it through now, because now the focus is on your abundance. This is your time, beautiful being. And you did your time where you were sharing things, but, you know, all you really, the feedback that you got was either rudeness from people that you knew from before or some sort of harsh criticism. Okay? Yeah, these people that were surrounding you or tuning into what you were doing or creating but not supporting, they had an unwillingness to translate knowledge into action. So they were sitting back and observing your wisdom, observing your gifts in action, but they weren't willing to enact that in their own lives. They were not willing to learn from you. They just wanted to spy on you. Okay? What else am I? Hedonist. You're in the light though with this hedonist. Inspires creative energy to embrace the good things in life. Celebrates the beauty in yourself. See, that's a part of the reason for the jealousy. 3232. Ashe. So all of the upsets, all of the evil energy that you've experienced from other people within the groups around you and whoever was not supporting you truly, that's coming into balance now. The wheel is turning. You are experiencing peace now where before there was a whole bunch of wicked, evil energy. And one reason for that is because you have put your self-care, your self-love first. People have not liked to see that. These people, these petty people from your past who are judging you and gossiping about you, they see you living your best life. They see you living your best life. As you create, you're also taking good care of yourself. You are radiating beauty in everything that it is that you put out there. 3333. And what's coming through is that some of these people from your past, they're pursuing pleasures to the detriment of their health. They're indulging at the expense of others. And see, that's what they were doing when they were gossiping about you. They thought it was cute. They thought it was funny to drag your name through the mud or to laugh at what you were doing. But they're not laughing now. They're not laughing now because they have watched you transform. They see that there is something different about you now. And it's not that your past self was laughable. Not at all. Your journey, your entire journey has been beautiful. It's just that with petty people, they like to laugh at things that appear new. But see, what they didn't realize was that your healing gifts are not new. Because what came through at the beginning of this reading, you came into this world as a healer, ready to heal. You came into this world with healing gifts from past lives. And that's something that they have not realized. They don't understand that. They didn't get that. But they get it now. They're starting to put the pieces of the puzzle together. They're starting to put the pieces of the puzzle together. I want to pull some of these cards. Okay. Let's see what Divine is bringing through with these. I love that Hedonist card. Because like low key when I first looked at it, I was like, because I don't use that deck a lot. But I was like, Hedonist. Yeah. But you know what? That's a beautiful energy in its light aspect. And you know, even when we go through our darkness, it's like we learn from it, right? Yeah, that's about you putting yourself first, you embodying self-love. And people see that, and it's like they don't know what that's like. These petty people from the past. Petty people from the past. Petty people. I like that tongue twister. Petty people from the past. These petty people from the past, they don't know how to recognize and appreciate self-love. They look at it and they see you loving yourself through your creative energy, and they're so envious of that because they don't know what that feels like. These are people who go around criticizing others and criticizing themselves in a very harsh, rude way. And what keeps coming through is malicious gossip. Malicious gossip. Let's see what Divine is bringing through. Uranus. So your energy of creation, it's like this rebellious energy. There's a layer of rebellion to it where you do what the fuck you want to do. You create what the fuck you want to create. And you know what? You create what spirit guides you to create. That's what's the most beautiful thing about you. You listen. If Divine says, okay, get on this painting, bam. If you watch a TV show and you're inspired, bam, you're creating. You're constantly inspired. And what that does is, yeah, that goes back to that page of Wands energy where it's always fresh. It's always new. It's like the word spunky is coming through. Because you have this rebellious vibe where you do what you want to do. It's like you're not on anybody else's schedule, you know? Mommy dearest. This is one of those petty people from the past. There's somebody who was in your energy, criticizing you, and one reason for their insecurity is that they feel like they're not a good parent. This is for some of you. Remember, take what resonates, leave the rest. But there's someone who's very intimidated by you because they feel guilty about the way that they parent their child or their children. This is from that movie, Mommy Dearest. Is it Joan Crawford, I think? Also for some of you, wow, mother messages keep coming through. One came through in the last reading. Some of you may have experienced pain from a parental figure, but I feel like that's something that now you allow to inspire you in your creative energy. Okay, you may share with other people how to nurture themselves and to heal their inner child. Okay, yeah. Oh, that's so beautiful. That's such important work. It's such important work. Out of the mouth of babes. Okay, so we've got parenting coming through. We got Mommy Dearest here. Out of the mouth of babes. There's someone here. This feels like someone who is like a hater, but one of their children said something to their parent who's a hater, right? Where they spoke beautifully about your work. Like maybe if you create artwork, they said, oh wow, like that person's art is so beautiful. Or maybe if you create videos or content online, they were like, oh, that person is so, you know, beautiful, or I like what they just said. You know, it's like you have a hater whose child spoke really well about you. And that's one reason why that person went. They're starting to like you now with the Page of Cups. They're starting to like you. This could also be that that child said something to a hater of yours where they realized that they needed your content, you know? But there was truth that came out of a child's mouth that held you in a high regard. Wow. Wow. It's almost over. Listen, this low vibe, toxic cycle with these petty people from the past, I love saying that. It's almost over. There has been a change that has occurred, and this wheel is not just about your financial abundance. This wheel is also about a toxic cycle that is coming to a close. It's coming to a close. Yeah, I want to pull from here. I want to get some information about these petty people. Whatever Divine wants to bring through. To enlighten and to reveal what's going on with these toxic beings that have been trying to remain in your realm. Yeah, they're in their feels. They're in their feels. And Divine says you already know the tea. You already know the tea. So there's a lot about this that you already it's been revealed to you. You already know the feels. You already know what they're feeling. They're in their feels about your success, about your wheel of fortune, about your abundance, about your prosperity. And Divine says you already know this. You already know the tea. Okay. I know you be knowing. Oh, wow. So while you have abundance and prosperity, and you've got this wheel of fortune, you've got Fehu, the rune Fehu coming through, there's somebody who's going through bank failure. Extreme financial failure. And see, that's what happens when people get their eyes on someone else. Because you have constantly and consistently maintained your vision, your sight with that Two of Wands that came through. You have constantly maintained your focus on your gifts as a healer. And you know why you do that? Because you've been in that empty room card where it was like there was nobody around. You do really well when you are alone. You know why? Because you're never alone. You're with your ancestors, you're with your spirit allies. You have everybody you truly need. Right in here and right up in here. Okay, they're speaking to you, they're guiding you. But see, these people who are now in their feelings about your success, where they went wrong is that they had their eyes on you. They thought that you were entertainment. They thought that you were a reason to gossip and get into some nonsense. And so they're in their feelings and they're having financial issues. But that's what happens when you get sidetracked. They never should have had their focus on you. I feel like no one should have their focus on another person, unless it's your children or someone within your home, your beloved, that you need to give your time, energy, and attention to. It's like if it's for gossip and speculation and entertainment, nobody should have their attention fully on somebody else. But if they did put their focus on you, at least it should have been from a place of respect. from a place of admiration, from a place of encouragement. Either that or they should have left you alone. 4444, you are protected. And you've always been protected. These petty people from the past are extremely insecure. And look at that, they're peeping. It's like they used to, what I see is that they used to, this could have been a group. Okay, it could be one person, one main person, and then a group, or just a whole bunch of people. For some of you, it's different groups of people. But they used to like have their phones out, laughing. I see group messages, group text messages where they're just like, they could have been sharing screenshots of your work, you know, doing very hideous, malicious, petty things that were wasting their time, leading them nowhere but bank failure and insecurity, right? So they used to have their little parties. That could be relevant for some of you, where there was a party where they were sitting around talking and laughing. But now they're almost afraid to look, because now they see your success. And so what they see now, instead of laughing at it, whatever it is that you're creating, whatever it is that you're putting out there, it makes them feel completely and totally insecure. It's no longer something that they feel is laughable. Number one, because you've been consistent. When you first started sharing whatever it was or creating, they thought that it would be just something that they could laugh at and discourage you from doing. They wanted to slow you down. They wanted you to stop, because they always recognized your greatness. They always saw sun energy within you. They always knew that you were radiant and powerful. But your radiance and your power had not yet taken form, taken shape within the physical realm, where it was something that they thought was worth respect. But now they have no choice but to respect it. And so that's why they feel so insecure. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear about your greatness. They don't want to hear about your prosperity. It's almost like la 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 la. Like they know that you're out there still creating, still shining, still being beautiful. I see that some of you are working out. Some of you are like your self-care routine is just magnificent. Like you are dedicated to taking care of yourself. For some of you, like skincare routine is coming through. You've been dedicated. You work for the way that you look, the way that you feel, the way that you radiate. You work for it. And they don't want to hear it. They don't want to see it. Also, you know, with that out of the mouth of babes, it's like, not only did a child of one of these petty people from the past, I want to say glaze you. It's like they were low-key glazing you. Oh, it's so cute. I see somebody, like a really cute child, just like looking at you or something that you created, or hearing something that you created with such innocence, such sweetness, and being like, that's really cool, or something like that. So this came from a child, but also it's your voice, it's your creations. I mean, I don't want to hear it. This definitely could be your voice. You have a very powerful voice, a very beautiful voice, and you have anointing in your voice. And so they don't want to hear it. There's something that you're saying that somebody don't want to hear. You might be speaking truth about a situation, shedding light on something, on an injustice, and they don't want to hear it. Why? Because they're insecure, and they know that they fit the script. They know that whatever it is that you're talking about, whatever evil it is that you're talking about, whatever injustice, they know that that's them. They know that they've done people dirty. And you're not the only one they did dirty. They've been doing a lot of people dirty. Somebody got a private relationship going on. This could be you. You might have a relationship that you are keeping private. Please clarify, Divine. Yeah. With the Judgment card, Divine is saying that this is a good move. Like, you can release your worries about anything that you feel like you need to keep hush hush. But Divine says to respect your privacy. And other people need to respect your privacy as well. So this is something that you can feel good about. Your private relationship, whatever it is that you're keeping to yourself, Divine understands. This Judgment card is saying, like, we see you and we know why you're keeping it private, and that's okay. But for someone else, these petty people from the past, they're keeping a relationship private. Oh, okay, we got Ace of Cups. This could be a new relationship, something new. I don't know. Yeah, this could be a new relationship. I gotta get my cards facing the right way. Yeah. Tell me about this private relationship, Divine. Oh, that was quick. This could be with a King of Cups. Okay. A water sign. Could be a water sign. It could be with an Emperor. Oh. Okay, so what's coming through here is there's, oh, and Nine of Swords. Somebody's worried about a relationship, either with a water sign, or this could be with an Aries. Okay? And they're keeping it private. But I see two different people here in this. That's why one of these petty people from the past is keeping a relationship private, because it's not the only relationship they have. There's a water sign here. There, or it could just be a, like, an intuitive person, or somebody who has like a, I feel like they're a softie, you know, like they've got they might lead with their heart. Okay, but there's also what's coming through is an Emperor. That could be an Aries, could be, doesn't have to be, but there's a lot of worry about this. Okay, this is a private relationship that they don't want to reveal. Yeah, and they're in this private relationship. I feel like this is a third party kind of situation where they were already in either a marriage or relationship, but they are running away from something. Okay, there's something that they don't want to face, and so they are choosing to have another lover, another relationship, in order to escape their responsibilities, in order to escape. Wow, this is like, you know, with the bank failure, with the financial ruin, and then with juggling these relationships, what Divine is bringing through is that these petty people from the past never had time to gossip about you. They never had time to gossip about you. There is so much going on behind the scenes in their world where that is a major reason why they lost control in their life, is because they were so obsessed with you. You became a part of these people's daily routine. Gang stalking is coming through. That's come through in quite a few readings, okay? But I know Divine wouldn't be bringing this through if it wasn't so significant. So Divine is letting you know that the people who have poured their negative energy, their toxic energy into you, and who have tried to separate you from your creative abundance, it's coming back to haunt them. It's not coming back to haunt them. It is haunting them. So much so that they just don't want to hear it. They're doing the la 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 la. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to face anything because they're trying to run away from their responsibilities. They're trying to run away from the truth of what their obsession with you has done to their world. But they have to accept responsibility, and if they don't want to accept responsibility, then there will continue to be more ruin. I feel like there could be fingers pointing at you, like, oh, it's collective's fault. You have been creating. You've been minding your business. You have wanted to be left alone, either supported genuinely or left alone. That's what you wanted. Support me genuinely or leave me alone. That's what you were saying. But they couldn't do that. And so now they are paying the price. All right. I just want to remind you that this is your energy. This Fehu. All right. Divine is saying that that is your reward for all of this nonsense that you've gone through in order to do your soul's work. You are a healer. You came into this world 5444 as a healer. Okay? And that is why people have tried to separate you from your true purpose. Is because it was like sharpening your skills. It was sharpening your skills. I'm really drawn right now to the Archangel's Oracle. Thank you, Spirit. Let's see what's coming through. I'll take that out too because I'm going to read it. Whatever comes through, I'm going to read it. Thank you, Spirit. What message do you have for this beautiful being? Sandalphon. Sandalphon? Building the bridge. Your role is to create a connection between heaven, earth, and all hearts. Look at that. And you know one reason why you're able to do that is because all of this toxic energy that you've had to deal with, you've gone through this experience, but you never allowed it to make your heart toxic. So who better than to build a bridge of connection with your people, your tribe, the people who are genuinely here to support you? That is a part of your abundance as well. That's a part of this wheel. That's a part of your prosperity that you're coming into. Yeah, I just wanted to show you that again. That is a huge part of your abundance. All right, so let's see. Let's see. What's coming through with this beautiful Archangel? Your role is to create a connection between heaven, earth, and all hearts. Sandalphon's name means co-brother, most likely referring to the idea that he is the twin brother of Metatron. The on in his name comes from the word throne. Sandalphon. Okay, so Sandalphon? Meaning this is an angel who is around or next to the throne of God. The phone is an indication that Sandalphon has connections to music and sound, and he is often regarded as heaven's master of song. He is one of the youngest yet tallest of the angels. In a past life, he was the prophet Elijah, and when it came to his time of ascension, due to his spiritual knowledge, he attained angelic status. Now he helps those on earth step into their most angelic qualities. Remember I said you're an earth angel? It's true. Ashe. Angels are grateful for the light and energy that you bring to the earth, and whether you realize it or not, there is a sacred mission of unfolding for you at this time. You are creating a powerful bridge of light between heaven and earth, and your role is to bring the light that crosses that bridge to those who need it most. Take the time to become aware of those in your life who might be feeling left out, unsupported, and othered. Yeah. Kind of like that other room, that empty room card that came through. You are the perfect person to help people who feel like they have been ousted, like they've been left on the outside, right? Because that at one time was you. Even with this experience where people did not support you, you were going through that for a reason, and it was so that you could be in touch and in tune with people who feel so left out in the cold. Okay? Take the time to become aware of those in your life who might be feeling left out, unsupported, and othered. Your work is about bringing them together. You are in fact a miracle, and your life is proof that miracles are possible. You are a miracle. Think of all that you faced and overcome, all that you've uncovered and healed. Now your role is to become a miracle worker. You already are, though. You already are a miracle worker. Ashe. Angelic wisdom is reminding you to share your story and personal experience as a way of guiding others to see what is possible for them. Dive deep into the ways that you can do this. Your life mission is just beginning. Ooh, I love it, beautiful being. You have so many, it's like you have so much wonderful work ahead of you, but it's your soul's work. So it's not going to feel like work. It's going to feel like what you're meant to do. And the most beautiful thing about it is that Divine is saying that now, where you are on your journey of doing your soul's work, you're also able to reap abundance. Because you have sown so many beautiful seeds. And now, it's time for your harvest. And you can just be in this beautiful routine of consistently showing up to do your soul's work and sharing the lessons that you've learned from being in that empty room, from feeling like you were on the outside. And you can assist other beautiful souls that are now in that space where they feel like they've been left out. And you can help them to realize that there's purpose in that stage of life where, you know, it's before you find your tribe, you know, or it might just be that a person is on the path of a hermit and that's where they're meant to be, just them and their spirits. But you're going to help them see the beauty in where they are. Ashe. Alright, beautiful being, I hope you enjoyed these messages. I'm so grateful that you tuned in. Thank you so much. And I wish you peace. I wish you joy. Oh, and I also wanted to say thank you so much to anyone who has recently subscribed, and also to those of you who have been with me within her dreams for so long. Thank you. Thank you for all of the beautiful energy that you send. I am so appreciative and so grateful. I wish you peace. I wish you joy and so many blessings. Take care.